4 high schools, 7 middle schools, 1 college, and a university, and much more. Now introducing your most comprehensive weekly local sports show in Madison County, the Richmond Register Sports Show. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by MEL'S BARBER SHOP, established 2019. Walk-ins welcome. Visit them 102 St. George Street in Richmond. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Here's your host for all things local sports, the Richmond Register Sports Editor, Nathan Hutchinson.
Hello, everybody. Before we get into this week's episode of the Richmond Register Sports Show, we have some sad news to report. Madison Central girls basketball assistant coach Chad Tate passed away on Saturday. He was certainly a friend to a lot here in the community and did a lot for the kids here in town. Randy, the reason we brought you out from behind the camera is that you've known him for a long time. Went to high school with him?
Yep, absolutely. Chad was a great guy. Loved the kids, loved coaching. He was just one of those big, lovable teddy bears with a deep voice. I mean, that everybody loved Chad, but he was serious about coaching the kids. And of course, about baseball.
Yeah, and there's been a great outpouring of support from him on social media, and it's kind of heartbreaking to watch the kids. You know, Brittany Campbell and a lot of the players on the team have posted really heartfelt things on social media. So it's obvious to see how much he meant to those. And
he had a really great influence on kids in basketball, and of course, he played at Berea College. And I got a great story about Chad. Because his deep, booming voice, Nathan, we used to do baseball games at Madison Central, Sean and I, when we started Madison County School Sports Television, and Chad said, sure, man, I'll do baseball, I love it. So where you had to sit was beside the dugout, right behind the home dugout. Yeah. And he had such a booming voice, we did a couple of games, and I remember Coach Roof coming up to us after one of the games with Chad and said, look, Chad, I love you. But, man, you're too loud. That's all we can hear on the baseball field. And he goes, Coach, what do you want me to do? And so we had to pull Chad back, and we had to teach him how to talk quieter because he talked that way, but it was all in great fun. And he just loved calling games, loved coaching kids, loved all the kids in Madison County. And I remember sometimes we had to call him down to Southern to do some coaches shows because we needed somebody, had to have somebody. I said, man, I know it's Southern. You know how the Southern Central thing. And he goes, man, I don't mind calling Southern. He goes, it's about the kids. If they're in Madison County, folks need to know about these kids. Yeah. And
that's the biggest lesson of all this. That's so true for everything we do here, and we do at the Richmond Register as well, and what you guys do at Madison County Live, and trying to keep positive things and positive vibes. So he was a very positive influence.
He sure was.
Tons of people in this community will be very sorely missed.
Right. So, we'll miss you, Chad.
So, miss you. We'll be right back. Welcome to this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. My name is Nathan Hutchinson. I'm the sports editor of the Richmond Register. We appreciate you tuning us in this week. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll be joined by Eku Football Coach Walt Wells. A lot of exciting stuff coming up around the Colonel football program. Spring practice starts next week, but the main reason Coach is here is to talk about an event called Suits for Seniors, which helps raise money to buy custom fit suits for the recent grads and the seniors on the Eku football team. So he'll be here in just a minute to tell you all about that. And at the very end of the show, if you hang on to the very, very end, we have a special guest this week. I'm not going to tell you who, but you'll have to just wait to the very end. But as always, we want to start off this week's show like we start off every week's show with a recap of the week that was in Madison County sports. And we had our first 44th District baseball matchup of the season on Monday. Madison Central and Madison Southern taking on each other over at Berea College, and it was the Indians. 17-0 over the Eagles in 4 innings. The Indians had 12 hits, has scored 13 runs in the 4th inning, sending 18 batters to the plate. It was John Gerard picking up the complete win victory on the mound for the Indians. 4 hits, 4 innings pitched, 1 hit, 4 Ks and 4 walks. Keith Stewart 3 for 4 with a couple of doubles, 2 RBIs, and scored 3 runs. Hayden Robbins 2 for 2 with 3 runs scored. an RBI and a triple, and Matt Johns 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs, scored a couple of runs, and had a triple. The only hit for Madison Southern was Caden Carr-White. And after the game, we had a chance to talk to Keith Stewart and John Gerard.
All right, we're here at Berea College where the Madison Central Indians have picked up a 17-0 4-inning victory over Madison Southern. It's Keith Stewart, John Gerard. John, I'll start with you. You pitched 3 good innings, and you had to wait about an hour to get back out there. Your team scored 13 runs in the top of the fourth. So how do you kind of keep yourself mentally prepared during that long of a break?
Just ready to get back out there, pretty much. Keep telling myself that I want to be on the mound. That's where I want to be. And I'm going to show up.
You hit the first guy, but then you got a great defensive play behind you.
Yeah, I hit the first guy. Then Sam Coleman made a good play at second, so shout out to him. And then just K'd up the next guy right after that.
Yeah. Well, Keith, this team's got a lot of guys that didn't play a lot last year at the varsity level. Coach Ruth, before the game, told me he thought a lot of you guys looked a little nervous, but it certainly didn't look like it when you got on the field. Lots of hits, and you guys were ready to go.
I think we're all ready to go. It's been a long off season, and been working hard, been pushing for this moment. Here we are.
You guys are 3-1 on the season now. You picked up a win over a ranked team. You guys feel pretty good about how you guys are doing so far.
We're doing really good. I think we all have a little chip on our shoulder of not being ranked for the first time since 2013.
Yeah.
And we're just ready to go. Trying to get to that ranked spot.
Yeah, that person, John, is always a little extra juice when it's those guys over there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just want to come out here and just put on a nice show for everybody.
Congratulations.
All right, well, that was the beginning of a very busy week for the Madison Central baseball team. After that 17-0 win over Madison Central on Monday, it was a 7-0 win over North Laurel on Tuesday down in London, a 10-7 loss to Scott County on Wednesday up in Georgetown, and then on Saturday, a 19-2 3-inning win over Adair County in Columbia. We'll start off with the North Laurel game. It was Matt Johns and Hayden Robbins who combined for the 6-hit shutout. And Robbins and Johns, along with Gunnar Rodas and Parker Mullins, also had 2 hits each. In the loss to Scott County, Madison Central had a 7-3 lead, but the Cardinals scored 7 times in the 6th inning to rally to pick up the victory. Scott County had 14 hits in that game, and for Madison Central, it was Matt Bryan, Bulldog, with a home run, and he was 3 for 4. And in the big win on Saturday over Adair County, it was Matt Johns with a grand slam and Bradley Pointer with a home run. Indians are 5-2 on the season. They'll be back in action Monday against Anderson County over in Lawrenceburg. Madison Southern, after that 17-0 loss to Madison Central on Monday, was right back in action on Tuesday up in Lexington to take on Bryan Station. They suffered a 7-3 loss. Madison Southern scored 3 runs in the top of the 5th to tie the game at 3, but Bryan Station scored 4 times in the bottom of the 5th and was able to hold on to that lead. It was Zach Hudson and Corey Causey with 2 hits each for the Eagles. Madison Southern 1-5 on the season. They've suffered 4 straight losses, but they'll be back in action Tuesday at North Laurel. The Berea Community Baseball team had 3 home games last week. On Monday, it suffered a 3-2 loss to Lincoln County. Then on Tuesday, a 6-3 loss at home to Frankfort. And then on Friday, picked up a 3-2 win over Jackson County in a game that had one of the most bizarre innings you'll ever see in a high school baseball game. Berea Community was trailing 2-1 heading into the bottom of the 7th inning. The final 3 batters of the game were hit by pitch, forcing in the game-tying and game-winning runs for Berea as the Pirates moved to 3-2 on the season. It was Billy Strife picking up the complete game win on the mound, just allowed 4 hits and 2 runs with 8 Ks and also was 1 for 3 at the plate. And Zach Himes had a single and a run scored, and Cam Thompson was 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Pirates will be back in action Monday at Garrett County. The model Patriots had 5 games last week. Were not able to come up with a win in any of those. On Monday, an 11-1 loss at Frankfort. On Tuesday, a 15-0 loss at Estill County. Wednesday, a 9-8 loss at Lee County. Then on Thursday, a 19-3 loss at home to Garrett County. And on Saturday, a 13-3 loss at Bath County. In the game with Lee County, the Patriots had 12 hits, including 3 each from Aaron Short and Connor Sayer. But Lee County scored 4 times in the bottom of the 7th inning to earn the walk-off win. Patriots are 0-5 on the season. They'll be back in action Monday at Nicholas County. high school softball action last week. Kind of a limited schedule of games, but the Madison Central Lady Indians did move to 2-0 on the season with a 7-6 win over Pulaski County on Tuesday. It was Cassidy Hack 3 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and she scored 3 times. Hannah Eisen, Natalie Eisen, and Taylor McCauley had 2 hits each. And Cassidy Gentry and Jasmine Kaler combined for the win in the circle. 2-0 on the season for the Lady Indians. They'll be back in action Tuesday at Ballard. Madison Southern softball team got its season underway with 3 road games last week. Started off on Thursday with a 10-6 win over Dunbar in Lexington. And the Lady Eagles played a pair of games on Saturday at the Brindley Bigelow Memorial Tournament in Somerset. They suffered a 7-0 loss to Somerset High School and then suffered a 12-1 loss to Pulaski County. In the win over Dunbar, it was Abby Dees and Kaylee Goss with home runs. Goss was 4 for 4 with 3 RBIs and scored twice. Dees was 2 for 5 with 2 runs and 2 RBIs. Bella Strunk with a complete game victory in the circle. She gave up 9 hits, 6 runs, only 2 of which were earned, and had 9 strikeouts. In the loss to Somerset, Lady Eagles had just 3 hits in that game. And then in the final game on Saturday afternoon against Pulaski County, it was Kaylee Goss with 2 more home runs. Madison Southern was actually down 9-0 in the first inning, but battled back to tie the game. But Pulaski County was able to push across the game-winning run in the top of the 5th inning. Southern's 1-2 on the season. They'll be back in action Tuesday. And kind of a weird scheduling quirk, they'll be back in action Tuesday at Pulaski County, so the same team they played on Saturday. So the Berea Community Lady Pirates have not yet played a game. They are set to open their season on Friday at West Jessamine. The Model Lady Patriots did open their season last week with 3 games. On Tuesday, they picked up a 9-1 win at home over Robertson County. On Wednesday, it was a 7-6 win at home over Jackson County. And then on Thursday, it was a 16-1 loss at Montgomery County. Start off with the Robertson County game. It was Elena Newbill, 3 for 4. She scored 2 runs. Aniston Bray and Abby Coleman had 2 hits each. And Hannah Smith and Piper Moore combined for the win in the circle. In the victory over Jackson County, it was Kinsey Ferguson with a walk-off double in the bottom of the 7th inning to move the Lady Patriots to 2-0 on the season. She was 3 for 4 overall. Hannah Smith had 2 hits and 2 RBIs, and Elena Newbill was 2 for 3. And in the loss to Montgomery County on Thursday, the Lady Patriots had just 3 hits. Like I said, Lady Patriots now 2-1 on the season. They're back in action Monday at home against Somerset Christian. Had lots of tennis action this week, including a couple of district matchups involving Madison County teams. So we'll start off with Madison Central on Tuesday. Had a home match with East Jessamine and picked up a sweep, won both the boys and girls matches there. Singles victories from Leah Crump, Brian Pruitt, Jaden Coons, and Alex Michael in the win over East Jessamine. And then on Wednesday, it was Madison Central and Madison Southern down at Berea College. And it was a sweep again for Madison Central. Singles wins for J.C. Wilson, Leah Crump, Kara Erdman, Brian Pruitt, Alex Michael, and Tom Morrison. And then on Thursday over at EKU, we had Madison Central and Model in tennis action. And this turned out to be a split with Madison Central's boys taking a 5-0 victory and Model's girls picking up a 3-2 victory. So in the boys match, it was Pruitt, Coons, and Jackson Young with singles wins for Madison Central. And in the girls match for Madison Central, it was J.C. Wilson and Leah Crump with singles wins. And for Model, it was Kate Connolly with the singles win. And then the doubles teams of Rihanna Pays, Lily Mead, and Bella Sinker and Claire Ballou picking up doubles wins as well. We have another all-county tennis match coming up this week when Madison Central plays host to Berea on Thursday. And we're moving on to ASUN Sports. We'll start off with EKU Softball hit the road for their first ever road ASUN series, and it was down in Jacksonville, Florida against Jacksonville University. And the Colonels suffered a 3-1 loss in the first game of a doubleheader on Saturday, but then bounced back to pick up an 8-0 win, which was their first ever ASUN victory for the EKU softball program. It was Lauren Navarez with the complete game win in the circle for the Colonels. She allowed just 4 hits and had 1 K, and it was Jasmine Miller with the home run as well. So and then on Sunday in the series finale, it was Jacksonville picking up a 3-2 win. So the Colonels dropped 2 out of 3 down at Jacksonville. They moved to 5-24 on the season, 1-5 in ASUN action. They'll be back in action this coming Saturday on the road again down in Florida, this time at ASUN rival Stetson. Well, it was certainly a good week for the EKU baseball program, and there's been they've had a lot of played really, really well at home here recently. 4 home games this week, 4 victories, pushing their home field winning streak to 9 games. EKU now 17-8 overall, 5-1 in the ASUN, and 12-2 at home on this season. On Tuesday, it was a 6-2 win at home over Northern Kentucky University, and then in-state rival Bellarmine came in for a weekend series. And EKU picked up wins of 5-3 on Friday, 2-0 on Saturday, and 17-13 on Sunday. Like I said, the Colonels now 5-1 in ASUN play, hanging out right there at the top of the ASUN standings in their first year in that league. And they'll be back in action Tuesday up in Lexington at the University of Kentucky for a midweek non-conference game. So that's all we got for you for now, but hang around, because coming up here in just a minute, we'll have EKU football coach Walt Wells.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing. Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by MEL'S BARBER SHOP, established 2019. Walk-ins welcome. Visit them 102 St. George Street in Richmond. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
Welcome back. We are joined by EKU football coach Walt Wells. Thanks for coming back again.
Appreciate you having me. It's good to be here.
All right. Well, you got a lot of things going on, but I know in particular you guys wanted to talk about the Suits for Seniors event you have coming up on April 29th.
Yes, that's something that's important to us as a program and to our young men in our program. And what we're having is that day between 11, I think it's 11 and 1, we've partnered with the Richmond Chamber of Commerce and the State Chamber of Commerce. Gary McPeak, our football chief of staff, has done a great job of coordinating this. We're going to have all our seniors or graduates, we included the last year's seniors and then the ones that are coming up this spring and this summer and then next fall, will have tables. And we have right now 25 to 30 companies, different companies that are going to come and interview these guys. They're going to do a pre-interview process before that, about a week before that. So in a couple of weeks they'll do that. And so it's something very important for them to start moving forward in life. I know every one of them wants to go to the NFL, and we want them to. Yeah. We're going to do everything we can to help them. But let's be honest, not every one of them is going to. Yeah. So we have to have a different outlet for them because they are here for school too. And I know with the portal and NIL and everything, it seems like minor league football, but it's not always minor league football. So we've got to get these young men started in the right path. And we've also partnered with what we call the Warren Cleat Club, which is a group of former players, coaches, managers, trainers, anybody that has worked with the program can be a member of this, and it's ran through EKU. Bobby Scannell's in charge of it, who was a player back in the 80s, and they are also part of the job fair. And so it should be a unique situation for them. I think Straight Out of Texas is doing the barbecue sandwiches for them, and so they'll have a little sandwich bite in between the deal there. And then at 6 o'clock, we are having a dinner to help fundraise for the suits that we are buying for the young men, and they're custom fit suits from cuff to collar right down on Main Street there. So we're keeping it all local, and met with Justin Dixon and some of the guys over there and had a great conversation with them, and they've partnered with us. And so each young man will get a custom fit suit, 2 custom shirts, socks, a belt, and a tie. And so we're providing that for them. We're raising the funding through this dinner for that, which is a cigar bourbon type deal with a meal. It's a casual deal, so anybody listening, it's casual. We're not getting stuffy over here, but it's it's a steak and potato type meal, and
Mule Barn in Arlington.
Mule Barn in Arlington, and we're going to put a tent actually behind the Mule Barn so we can, because we've had a pretty good response to this, and so the eating and the tables will be outside, and then the Mule Barn will have all the silent auction items, all the bourbon and the cigar stuff and everything that you need in there. Magnolia Vale's going to be singing, who are EKU, I think, graduates. I know they were students at one point, but I think they graduated. And then we're going to have the 10,000 grand raffle, reverse raffle, that I think EKU is famous for through Dan McBride and some of those guys. And so we're having one of those. So we'll have tickets on sale for those still. You can come as a single, you can come as a couple, or you can purchase a table.
Yeah, and some great silent raffle.
Yeah.
A good trip to Valhalla.
Yeah, that'll be a live auction. We've got a round of 18 for 4. at Valhalla. I think we have a donation of a elite bourbon that'll be auctioned off. We've got a WWF, I call it F, some people call it E.
You're old school.
I'm old school. I'm old, so I'm old school. But we got a championship belt, and it's a Coach Kidd belt. And it's got all the Coach Kidd's accomplishments on it, and I think it'll be a really special piece for a lot of people that have been around EKU football for a long time, former players, coaches, or just fans, whoever would like something like that. We have one of those that has been specially created for this event, and we're working on a couple other things. We'll have some silent auction items, barrel heads, baskets, different things like that.
Yeah, no, this is great because these kids are going to go out into the real world, and like you said, we have kids playing in the NFL from EKU,
no doubt.
But it's
Alabama doesn't have 15 go every year.
Yeah.
I mean, or Georgia or whoever. It is what it is, and the game stops for everybody at some point. A custom fit suit and some, job opportunities, potentially some job hires, make the difference in how their path goes from leaving at EKU. I mean, the education is the first part. The actual going out and doing it is the second part, and finding out what your passion is. And they may find out their passion is not what they think it is at this thing, and may find another passion. So I think it's important for our guys. It's something that I've seen done at some places throughout the country, and just thought it was a great idea for us, and how we could, help enhance their value. We always talk about creating value in our program. Your personal value, our team's value, and our school's value. How can we do that, and how are we building on that value? And I think this builds on their personal value, real well. And I think it builds on our school and our program's value. Yeah,
well, I mean, you've said it plenty of times before, A.W. Hamilton as well. It's your job not only to coach these kids, but to kind of give them life guidance and send them out into the world as better people.
Our job is to enhance on what whoever raised them did. And not send them back any worse, send them back better, and send them out to where they need to go so they can support themselves.
Yeah. All right. Lots of other stuff going on too. You're going to have your pro day coming up next Thursday.
That's right. Yeah, next Thursday at 3:30. It's closed. Obviously, it's closed to the public, but we can't have recruits. We can't do any of that. But excited about the turnout. That I just got some updated information from our pro liaison, Chris Franklin, today. Looks like there's going to be about anywhere from 4 to 10 teams there. And then our guys working out will have a great showing. Hopefully it'll be a great afternoon. We wedged it in between Western's Pro Day, Kentucky's Pro Day, and Louisville's Pro Day to make sure that we got some people over there to see our young man, and the turnout's been good. We had actually a junior day for our guys a couple of weeks ago, and the Falcons and the Eagles came and did some stuff with our guys that are going to be playing this year.
Yeah, and in the past, I think you've had like kids from Georgetown College and some other area schools come out to the pro day as well, right?
You can. It's a weird deal now. They got to have an invite from a scout.
Okay.
And so I think we will have 1 or 2 from other area colleges. I hadn't gotten confirmation yet on that, but I'm sure that will come. And if we can help those young men out, that's great. The focus is on our guys, obviously, but we're more than willing to help them.
Yeah, and then of course spring practice starts April 5th.
Yes, April 5th. We're going in the mornings. We go Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and so Tuesday, Thursday, Friday are in the morning because of class. We've got that time frame blocked off for our guys. The first 2 days will be helmet. We'll get into some full pads on Friday, but no tackle, no this. I mean, there's so many rules now, which are good, but I mean, it's just it's hard to explain. And then Saturday, whatever date that is, will be our first full day where we might get a little knocking around going. It won't be much because it's not a scrimmage date. We'll finish up. We'll do that for 3 weeks, and then the 4th week we'll go Tuesday, Thursday, have the Suits for Seniors deal on Friday, and then the spring game is at 3:30 on 3 o'clock or 3:30 on Saturday the 30th.
Yep. And was it 16 total practices?
15.
15. So 15 over about 3.5.
You got a month. So. You got a month to get 15 in, and we'll you have to go helmets 3 days, and you can go no tackle so many days, and then tackle in so many scrimmages, and all that's good stuff, which is all good for the health of the players. I'm not saying it like that, but we're looking forward to it. We've had a good winter program. I think our guys are really bought in. We've had good attendance, good. Just everything's going. I'm knocking on wood because waiting for something to kind of hit me in the mouth as I turn around the corner. Sometimes that happens, but really pleased with our young men. enjoying the leadership I'm seeing develop in our 4-quarter program that we're doing right now. We've got 2 more of those next week. Like where we're at, we need to still add a couple of pieces to the puzzle. We'll know more after spring which pieces and which part of the puzzle, but I think I got an idea. But really happy with their attitude and their work ethic. I think Billy Brown, our strength coach, has done a great job in the weight room. Him along with Gregory Bourne, who is new to our program. It came about mid-season last year. Them 2 guys have really worked hard in the strength and conditioning phase, the 4-quarter phase, and our coaches are in there scheming up and doing this and that and getting ready for spring ball. So really looking forward to getting back on the grass or the turf.
Yeah. And you got a whole series of camps coming up this fall, which of course these are the Walt Wells camps. They're not officially affiliated with EKU.
Right.
It has to be separated for those purposes.
Yeah,
but you got
some kind of purpose. I can't know why.
But you got a whole bunch of those. You got
we got the 3 individual
prospect camps, and you got 7-on-7 high school, middle school, the big man O-line, D-line.
Right,
camp.
and we got the junior colonel, which is for all the little ones, and we'll do that for 3 days. I can't remember. This is the first full week in June. We'll do that 3 days in the morning, and our coaches will be out there. It's a half-day camp. We've already got good interest. I've already doubled the interest in that from last season, so we're excited where we're going with that, but still got plenty of room. And then the prospect camps were huge last year for us. We had over 300 at each prospect camp.
There were kids all over the
They're
campus.
all over the place. And then our middle school 7-on-7s turnout is better than last year. And then what I'm really excited, I'm excited about all of them, but I think it's July the 23rd is the 7-on-7 Big Man Challenge for the high schools. We have over 60 high schools. And Big Man Challenge teams, so it's about 120 teams if you look at it broken up in twice. Yeah. So there'll be a lot of. Last year we estimated 5,000 people came to the city. I think there'll probably be, and we only had 40. So probably 6,000 to 8,000 people coming in on a Saturday. Yeah. Hotels, restaurants, the whole 9 yards. So Gary McPeak, Derek Day, both are in charge of that, and I just kind of lend them my name, and they do a great job of getting that organized, and it was a well-organized event. And EKU, we've got so much field space, it helps us out big time.
Is it WaltWellsCamps.com, or is there an?
Yeah, it's WaltWellsFootballCamps.com.
Okay.
And there's a link, I think, on our EKU Sports page too that you can get to that where it says camps. It'll just send you there.
Yeah, no, that's a great, not only for those kids, but it's I know it's supposed to be separate, but it's a great recruiting tool. How many kids I saw last year on social media after they went to that event talking about you? Some saying, "Hey, we got an offer." I mean, it's an evaluation
camp, and the 3-day prospect camps are, and we're not going to sign 900 people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reality of it. But the reality of it is we find people that in that camp that we probably didn't know about or that we weren't for sure about. And especially last year with COVID, the year and a half before that when you could never go out. And so, we got Kellen Bowen out of that camp from LaRue County. Kellen came in here, he's 6'4.5", he's 82 inches long, he's 200 pounds, and he runs a high 4.5. I mean, that's hard to find. And,
and he came to you.
And he came to us, and we didn't know. I mean, we knew because Josh Jaggers was the head coach there, and Josh played here, and I recruited him here. And so we knew about him, but we didn't really know about him. And then we saw him compete, and we felt like he could, develop into the player that could help us win football games. So that's how that goes. I mean, out of the 6 high school guys I think it was 6 we've signed, all of them were in a camp.
Yeah.
All of them we saw in camp. And Travion, everybody. We saw them all in our camps, and that's huge for us and huge for them.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, like I said, it's Friday, April 29th, if you want to go out there in the Suits for Seniors. Help support these kids moving forward in their life.
No doubt.
Great event. And like I said, just to have, I think I can imagine what that's like to get a custom-made suit, and it just kind of gives you a lot of confidence going out into the job world. And
no doubt. And I'll tell you this, and the idea kind of came back. I know people do it, so it's not like it's an original idea. Giving them suits. Yeah, I'm not. But I had a friend of mine that quite frankly told me I looked like junk, in my jacket and stuff, and I was like, okay. Well, I don't know if a jacket's going to make that big a difference, but we'll go with it.
It's like shining a turd, right?
And that's exactly right. So he, long story short, he sent a guy up and fitted me up for a couple of shirts and a couple of jackets, and my EKU one I wear, and all this, that, and the other. And you know what? I was like, I feel better in this, and talking to some other people, they were like, yeah, it's a different feel. So, I think it gives the guys something to be proud of. I think they understand that we're here for more than just football, even though football is a priority and the priority. Academics are too, and giving you a head start in life is. And so I think they've, come to see that. And as it keeps going in every stage, they'll realize it more.
You got to be a sharp-dressed man like EKU's athletic director Matt Rowe. He's always.
Matt, you better watch him now. He's got all the pants. He's got his shoe. Like my shoe game ain't on point like Matt. Mine's really a boot game normally. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, I saw you at the basketball game the other day was sporting those boots. So
oh yeah,
I walked by and I'm like, I like the boots, man.
Yeah, I usually have mine on today because these aren't boot pants. But yeah, I'm a big cowboy boot guy.
Yeah. Well, if you want more information about that, it's all over you guys' social media sites and ekusports.com as well. We have a tradition here, and I'm not going to get you in trouble this time. We don't want to get too into this, but we have a tradition. When you come on the show, I give you a cigar.
That's right.
You take that home with
all
you.
Right.
And we're not
I'll take it home.
We're not going to smoke it on the show like we did last time.
I'll give it to my mother and let her smoke it because I'm not supposed to.
Yes.
All right.
That's an Alec Bradley. That's pretty good.
That is a nice cigar. It is.
Yeah,
it is nice. It's Maduro too, right?
Yeah. You like the darker shades?
Yeah. I'm good.
Whatever.
You know what I like? I like the free shades.
We'll keep coming back on. I'll just keep giving you more.
Sounds great to me.
We'll bring you back in the fall.
No problem.
But we're not going to light it up. I know I was kind of encouraged not to do that this time. So it's all right.
There you go. Yep. Help out Rickson.
That's right. I didn't want to mention his name, and you.
I'll mention it. I'll mention it. Rickson's a great guy. He's a great guy. You can cut this out too.
That's up to Randy. He does the editing.
There you go.
It's up to him. Well, Coach, appreciate you coming by.
Thanks a lot.
And,
thanks for having me.
Everybody want to come out and support these kids, and it's like a great event.
So I appreciate you saying that, and appreciate all the great work you do around here. It's been good to get to know you, especially since all this COVID stuff's breaking away and we're getting back to normal. So
hopefully we can stop having Zoom. Well, actually, I guess last year it wasn't too bad.
We still had
Zoom. In person.
Yeah, after the games and stuff. Exactly. So anyway, thanks for the great job that you do.
It's a lot of fun. All right, we'll be right back in a minute with a special guest.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by MEL'S BARBER SHOP, established 2019. Walk-ins welcome. Visit them 102 St. George Street in Richmond. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
Well, folks, we are joined this week by an extra special guest. This is my mother, Cindy Hutchinson. She lives in Virginia Beach, Virginia, but she is in town this weekend with my sister, Sarah, visiting. So I figured we'd bring her on here and let everybody say hello to my mom here.
I wanted to make sure he embarrassed me.
She didn't know we were going to do this. She was just over there listening to the interview with Walt Wells, and I said, come over here and get on the chair. And she's like,
Deer in headlights.
No, I don't want to do that.
Deer in
I'm
headlights.
not going to interview you or anything. We just wanted to, I figured you're here. You watch the show every week from Virginia, which is the beauty of YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff. And so you can watch it anywhere, anytime. So that's kind of scary to know that anybody anywhere can watch the silliness that we do on this show every week. So.
I get to see your smiling face. That's all I want.
Well, Walt Wells didn't want to smoke a cigar. Do you want to smoke a cigar?
No, I don't think so.
No. But no, you're just in town. You don't get here very often. It's been probably 3 years since you were here, right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So.
You have to come to us more often than the other way. So.
Yeah, it's a long trip either way, but
that's for sure.
Especially when they keep raising the toll on the turnpike in West Virginia. It's up to was it $5 now? $4 or was it?
$4.25.
$4.25 twice each way going through there. So it's all expensive.
I was tempted this last time to actually ask the toll operator if I could pass on the toll because we had to wait for 2 hours when an accident happened.
So give you a freebie
I have
or something,
2 hours of my life I'll never get back, and I have the $4.25. So
it should be a freebie,
That's right. That's right.
So Sarah's up at the Comic-Con in Lexington. That's part of the reason why you guys came in. So she's up there getting some autographs and stuff.
Yeah, doing some fun stuff. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Like I said, you were just left back at the hotel by yourself, so I drug you over here to
see the magic that goes on in Randy's little tiny studio here in Southern Hills Shopping Center. So this week you can watch it and you'll be in it.
I know. That's frightening. Very frightening. So, but I really enjoy watching it, and you really bring the sports to life. I mean, you got to know the people, and that's what it's all about. I mean, the people make up the teams that make you want to cheer and shout and root for them.
That's because I've been around here for so long. I know everybody.
That's true. That's true. But
I'm not particularly charming or smart. I've just been around long enough that I know everybody. So. But we do like to have fun with this show, though. We don't take ourselves very seriously. That's for sure.
I'll have to tell a Nathan story. You want to hear a Nathan story?
Absolutely.
Randy, stop chiming in back there. We got to put up a soundproof barricade so the camera guy can't chime in. Go right ahead.
You were what, like 9 years old, and you'd really gotten into baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a trip to Cincinnati, and we were going to go to the zoo and different places, and we went up and we were staying with my brother who lived in Cincinnati at the time.
This is actually 1980, summer of 1980 during the baseball strike.
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
And so we
I knew where you were going with this.
Yeah. we got into my brother's house and Nathan was hardly in the door, and first thing out of his mouth was, "Do you know where Johnny Bench lives?"
Mm-hmm.
And my brother looks at him. He says, "Well, no, but I know where Pete Rose lives."
And Pete Rose played for the Phillies at that point in time.
Yeah. And
I was not that interested because he wasn't a Red.
But you were still excited because you kept saying, Where does he live? He says, "Across the street and up 3 doors."
Mm-hmm.
And you were ready to run out the door and get your autograph, and my brother says, no, he's not home. He said, "Well, how do you know he's not home?" He says, "Well, his white Rolls-Royce convertible isn't in the driveway." But Nathan waited very impatiently all day until the car came into the driveway. And, of course, he was ready to run right down the street. And my brother made him wait. And so you can tell the rest of the story because you actually knocked on the door at Pete Rose's house.
Yeah, I just walked up and knocked on the door, and this very nice, pretty lady answered the door. And she let me in. She let me in. I walked into this living room with the biggest daggone television I'd ever seen in my life. Of course, it's 1980, so I mean, back then, like 29-inch TVs were like luxurious. This thing was like a whole wall. And he came down a little bit later. He'd just gotten out of the shower. He signed my 1980 Topps card, and I said thank you and walked back down the street.
Do you remember what he asked you?
Was that
he
a Reds
asked
fan
you,
or something?
Yeah, he said, who's your favorite team?
Yeah.
And Nathan said, I told him the Phillies, but I really wanted to say the Reds, but I didn't want to hurt his feelings. So anyway.
So now everybody knows Nathan's a liar now. So.
He just didn't want to hurt his feelings.
And I have no idea whatever happened to that card either. It's long since disappeared.
I think one of your friends got sticky fingers because they liked it.
Maybe.
But
that's a long time ago. It's
that was indeed
long since gone. So. But I still have plenty of baseball cards sitting around your house, though. That's for sure.
I should have brought them with me.
Well, every time I come, I go back home. I usually bring a bunch of stuff with me. So whether it's records or.
How many years is it going to take you to get it all? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm getting there. So.
Nope, that just keeps you coming back, and that's what we want.
Yeah. All right. Well, sorry to sucker punch you like that, but you get to.
I'm not that great an interview, but I thought the story was funny.
I don't interview people. We have a
great co-host.
We have a conversation. We bring people in and we talk to them. So she does give me advice though. When I was home around Christmas time, she said, "You really need to turn and look at the person more often."
That's true.
So she gives me advice. So, and I'm thinking to myself, don't I do that? So now I'm like consciously trying to do that more. So thanks for the advice. So. All right, well, I guess that'll wrap up this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. We'll be back next Sunday night with who knows what. Who knows who other family member will drag in here next week. You never can tell. But as always, the best place to keep up with us is on social media, especially at Twitter. That's Richmond R Sports. And on Facebook, Register Sports. And, of course, RichmondRegister.com. Have a great week. See you next time.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing. Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by MEL'S BARBER SHOP, established 2019. Walk-ins welcome. Visit them 102 St. George Street in Richmond. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Thanks for watching the Richmond Register Sports Show. For more information about all things sports in Madison County, log on to richmondregister.com or on Twitter. And like us, Register Sports on Facebook. Get the Richmond Register directly to your mailbox or get the app online and visit richmondregister.com.